Yeah, put a clip in.
Don't put the gun, don't point the gun. Just keep it down range.
I do.
Alright, let me see.
How many's in there?
10.
10.
10?
You're hot.
It's hot.
Don't touch that trigger until you're ready to shoot. Don't touch the trigger.
I'm
until you're
ready to shoot.
You ready to shoot?
Yeah. I hit it.
You did.
Awesome. You got it?
I did them all. I
hit it.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to TwoGunTerry and Friends. I'm TwoGunTerry. It is sunny, some cloud cover as you can see, but it is fairly sunny. It's the end of November, so it's not really it's chilly for Florida. For Florida, I'm freezing actually. Even not freezing right now, but yesterday morning I was freezing. So it's quite nice for people that are visiting from the north, coming down here they're leaving the cold weather and coming down here to Florida. I see them running around in their bathing suits and stuff. I'm like, what are you, nuts? It's friggin' 60 degrees outside, but when you left 20 degrees, 60 degrees feels pretty good. So today we're gonna go ahead and revisit outer limits. I really haven't changed my philosophy very much on outer limits. I still shoot it 1, 2, 4, 5, stop. And I still try to launch out of the first box and land in the second box softly and keeping the gun up as we move, but we'll go through all that again. Truth be told, it's just it's a week or so before the Florida State Championships and just want to get some practice in. Outer limits happens to be one of my better stages, especially to close ground on some of the better shooters that get me in other areas. Outer limits, for whatever reason, I like it. I'm pretty good at it. So perhaps together we can discover the secrets to outer limits. Let's give it a try. When it comes to outer limits, it's all about footwork and keeping the gun up, whether it's a rimfire pistol, rifle, PCC, centerfire, doesn't matter what you're using. Once you come up out of the holster and you fire your first 2 shots, you have to keep that firearm up and keep your knees bent to allow you a little bounciness there, if you will, so that when you land in the second box, you land soft as possible, so you're not disrupting your sights on your target. So for this session, just watch my feet. Let's talk about feet first. If you've ever seen me shooting outer limits, you know that I like to start with my right foot up on the rail. This is assuming you're a right-handed shooter. If you're right-handed, this is what you do. If you're left-handed, you do the opposite from the left box. We'll get to that in a minute. But I like to start with my foot up on the box, on the shooter's box. The reason is mainly so I don't trip coming out of it. When I try to leave, I don't want to trip on it and fall out of the box. That's the first reason. Second reason is that I'm just that much closer to the next box. I have short legs and it's already hard enough to get over there in the minimal number of steps. So if you have real long legs, you might do this a little differently. If you have shorter legs like I do, then maybe what I'm doing will help you. So I start up high on the top of the box. I make sure if there's a nail, by the way, in this corner, I make sure that my foot's on top of the nail, not up against it, because again, trip hazard. Don't want to fall when you're running with your firearm. So my foot's up on the box. I'm comfortable. My left leg and my left foot is right next to my right foot. Why? I'll show you why. Because I'm not going to cross my legs and leave the box like this, like a lot of people do. That's a huge mistake in my opinion. I see even some of the better shooters do that. It's a mistake. I stand like this, so when I launch with my right leg and then cross my legs and hopefully get into the box, the second box, in one fluid motion. I don't get there. I have to do 2 steps, I think, but let's try that again. Longer leg folks sure can. So this bing, bing, bing. That's the way I do it. Let me show it to you one more time. One more time. Are you ready? Stand by. Bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. I land in that second box every single time. On my third step, I'm in the box. I've seen long leg folks get there in 2 steps, not a problem. So whatever works best for you is the answer to that question. Also, I stand in the back of the box when I take the first 2 shots. Bop, bop. I take those shots, bop, bop. Then I start to move forward diagonally and land here. Many shooters do this. There's a big giant wear mark in the ground that proves that many shooters do exactly what I just talked about. You can see the marks here. There's a big one there where everybody starts from. A second one where they're crossing the feet, which is wrong, and it's worn in, so you can tell that that's done way too often. Here's the second landing spot for me and many others. And then there's another big section of dirt right here where in my case, the third step comes in. So, bang, bang, boom, boom, boom. I'm already in the box. You cannot fire your shot until your left foot or whatever foot you have outside the box comes in off the ground. Once the foot is off the ground, you can take your shot. It'll be your third shot, hopefully, at that point. You can take the shot once the foot leaves the ground. It doesn't have to be in the box yet, but it can't be on the ground outside the box. That's a 3-second penalty per shot that you take outside the box. One more time. So I'm leaving from the rear of the box. 1, 2, 3. Oh, camera go down. Forgive me, it's another windy day out here in sunny South Florida. The wind is always an issue when I'm trying to make my videos. And I don't like it. I never liked it when I golfed. I never liked it when I shoot. I don't like the stuff blowing in my face and being a distraction. But part of being a serious competitor is you block all that stuff out. Once you step into the shooter's box, nothing but the targets and trigger pull on your mind. Moving that rifle as fast as you can. Or pistol or whatever it is you're using. So let's try it again. I'm not sure when the camera fell over, so I just want to do it again so that we can make sure we have it covered. I'm going to back this up so you can see my feet. You may not hear me as well, but you'll see the shot, see what I'm trying to accomplish better. So I lowered the camera so you can see my footwork better, because footwork is key. And there's a couple of other secrets that I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. So here's footwork. I'm standing here in the left box with my right foot up on the back of the shooter's box. My feet are pointing forward, sort of, and I'm down low ready. Are you ready? Stand by. Come up. Right leg explodes out. Left leg follows. Lands right in that dirt spot where a lot of people do land. Right leg goes again, and I'm in the box. As soon as that foot comes off the ground, I can start shooting if I'm comfortable with it. I happen to have good balance, so I can shoot it all day long like that. I'd rather have 2 feet on the ground though. Bang, 1, 2, 3. Bang, bang, bang. That is a very comfortable looking movement. Now, as I'm leaving this box, I want to get going pretty good. I want to explode out and then start to soften. I want my knees bent so that when this leg comes down, my right leg enters the center box. It's kind of acting as a shock absorber. So I'm coming in softly. I don't want my gun bouncing up and down like this and my sights all over the place trying to find the target. From here to there, I've kept my firearm up and my eye on the target. Bang, bang. I'm looking at the third plate now, or the fourth shot now. Bang, bang, bang. I'm focused on that through my sight. I'm focused on the sight, looking at the target kind of blurry in the secondary vision, but that's what I'm doing. Keeping my gun ready for the next shot. You save so much time. The other alternative is bang, bang, you come in here, bouncing all over the place. Your gun was down when you moved. You come up, now you got to refine it, and then you fire. That's got to be a waste of a half a second or more. So why don't you just get there with the gun up in the right position already? All right. So we're exploding out of the box. We're moving in a forward diagonal from the rear of the left box to the front of the center box. It doesn't matter if you land in this corner or in the center or over, wherever your legs take you is fine. Bang, bang, 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. I'm probably starting to fire as soon as I feel this foot come off the ground if I found my target. I will not fire until my red dots on the target or my sights are on the target. Once they're there, foot down or not, I'm going to take that shot. I will not, hopefully not, take that shot with my foot still on the ground outside the box. 3-second penalty. 3 seconds in any of these stages is very painful, hard to overcome. 1 penalty, blow your whole match. That's not true. You can come back from 1. I've even come back from 2, but that means you got to be flawless and pushing the envelope with personal best there forward, and that's not easy to do. Okay, so bang, bang. We've moved diagonally forward. We're settling down soft. Let me show you with the rifle in my hand. So here's my beautiful new Franken rifle. I don't want to get too into detail. I'm going to give everybody a tour of this in another video. But this is the new Franken rifle. Basic main change was I took off the PCAMA chassis. I can never remember the stupid letters, but I think it's PACMA, whatever the hell that thing is. It's a great chassis, by the way. I love it. It's home in my closet. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going to build an iron sight rifle using that. This is just some new technology built into this chassis. And so I want to try this guy out. It's new to me. I've shot 1 match. I shot exactly an 80 point something, whatever. So for me, that's pretty good. Anytime I can get down into the 70s, I consider that a good day for me. So 80 point whatever, just missed it by a couple tenths. I can live with that for the first time using it. I think I want to move my grip forward just a little bit. But that's one of the beauties of this particular chassis. I can move the grip front and back. I can move the stock up and down. And I can adjust the shoulder rest right and left and in and out. So there's a bunch of adjustments on this chassis that I just didn't have on my other chassis. And that's the only downfall to the other one, because it's actually lighter than this one. This one's heavier than that. But hey, I like this. So far so good. I'm going to stick with this for now. But the other chassis is not going anywhere. I'm a big fan. PCAMA, I believe it's called. This is Wyland USA. WILAND.com. WylandUSA.com, sorry. So, all right. Let's do this. I'm going to leave the flag in. I'm not going to put any ammo in it yet. I will in a minute, but I just want to show you what it feels like to move with the rifle or pistol, in this case rifle, keeping it up on target as you move. All right, so put my dot on so I can simulate. Bang, 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 bang. Now in this case, I landed with my foot up on the shooter's box, in the center shooter's box. That's not uncommon for me. I land there quite a bit. But as long as you're on top of that, you're okay. If you're over here, 3-second penalty. That 1 inch or 2 inches, 3-second penalty. So make sure you're on the shooter's box or inside the shooter's box. Now, did you notice how when I moved from box to box, I stayed on my rifle, looking through my sight. I stayed on my sights. Bang, bang, still on my sight, still on my sight, still on my sight. Land softly, still on my sight. Targets in view, bang, bang, bang. So that's huge. Keep your gun up. Do not do this. Bang, bang, and then look down at the ground and move over because you're worried you're going to trip on something or fall. The ground's not going to go anywhere. You've already tested it with your feet to know that if there's any slippery areas, something else to talk about, slippery spots. We had a match here last month, I guess it was. This was all like shooting on top of Crisco on the ground, on glass. You know, it was super slippery, so you had to readjust your feet and pressure when you're coming down. That's a whole nother story, but you do not want to fall with your firearm. So there is one more trick I wanted to talk about, which you can see from this angle. We'll get to it in more detail in a moment, but basically I'm telling myself to start moving out of the box, leaving the box. I'm sending the electronic signals from my brain to my muscles in my body to start moving after I take the first shot, not the second shot. It takes time for your body to react. My old fat body for sure. So I start to tell myself, go, and pray to God I don't miss that second target. You got to hit that second target, otherwise you're doing the outer limits shuffle, the steel challenge shuffle, back in and out of the box. But all right, let's see what this looks like. So what you're watching for is my knees are going to be bent, how my feet move to the middle box by crossing my legs, and how my knees are bent, how I land softly in the center box. These are all things you have to be aware of. How I'm keeping the rifle up. I'm not looking down at the ground. My head's up on my sights, looking at the fourth target coming up, which is the fourth plate, which is my third shot. So, and then firing that shot only once the dot's on that plate. If the gun's bouncing, the gun's bouncing. You're gonna have to get it sighted back onto the target. If it's right there, boom, fire and go for the other two. All right, let's see what it looks like from the front. Bing, 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 bing. Woo-hoo! Good one. Let's do it again. I can even do that faster. Those were pretty good. Those probably right around high 3s, low 4s, but I could do it even faster than that. So, but those were good for the purposes of this video. Now I'm going to take 2 more shots with the camera behind me so you can see me actually hitting the targets. All right, here we go. My foot slipped onto the ground. 3-second penalty. That's a penalty. Don't do that. I got on the rail. I got on the shooter's box, but my foot was around it's a round tube, and it just slid off the wrong side. Let's do that again. By the way, I've never taken a 3-second penalty in a match. So practicing videoing is one thing. For real, it never happens to me. I shouldn't say never, but it hasn't happened. Just like that. Thing of beauty. I think I'm going to do 2 more. I'm kind of having some fun. I do love some outer limits. What has saved me the most time on outer limits is that what I was just telling you about, starting to leave the first box after the first shot, not the second shot. Definitely not waiting to hear it hit the second target. If you're hearing it hit the second target, you've already wasted a half a second. I literally cut off 0.5 of a second, half a second, just by starting to leave sooner and not waiting for that second shot to be heard. That's a lot of time for one simple thing. You have to practice it. You have to hit that second target. What they call the Steel Challenge Shuffle or the Outer Limit Shuffle is when you fire your second shot and you miss, you go, oh my God, I got to go back. That's the Outer Limit Shuffle. And that you don't ever want to do because time just rip it off the clock then. All right. So I'm standing here. My feet are in position that we talked about earlier. My dot is on the first target. I bring it straight down to the flag. You take the shot, bang, and now I've started to tell my body to move. So there might be some movement. My shoulder and legs may have started to move, but I'm already locked in and focused on the second target. And I'll take that shot and then just keep going to save that half second. Let me show you what it looks like now that we know what we're looking for. Woo! Mamma mia. And that, my friends, is how you do outer limits. TwoGunTerry saying, have a great Thanksgiving. It's all about family and warmth and showing your love for one another. Maybe say a few nice words about each other. And of course, chowing down on some good food. TwoGunTerry's specialty that I'm always told to bring to all of the Thanksgiving dinners is my chocolate pudding pie. Just Jell-O chocolate pudding, cooked, not the instant, cooked. Full whole milk, not the skim milk, although I drink skim milk all the time, but not when I make my pies. And you just stand there for 45 minutes, stirring slow so you don't burn the crap out of your pan. Pour it into a couple of graham cracker crusts, let it get cold overnight. Put some whipped cream on top of that, maybe some almonds inside the pudding or on the top of it, shredded up almonds. And mamma mia, that's a good meal. Or maybe that's a Thanksgiving in Italy, I'm not sure. TwoGunTerry saying thank you again for stopping by. I appreciate you and looking forward to a happy holiday season and getting through to the new year. We'll see you out at the range. Take care now. That's all I have for now. Thank you for stopping by. And remember to like, subscribe, and do what?
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Make ready.
I have my STI single stack, which is a Spartan 9. And here's the Rodinator and the beautiful doggy. Hello, beautiful doggy.